Okay, it seems that we are live now, Andrew.
Good evening.
Yeah,
How are you, my brother? At least our promise of doing something together before 2020 ends. Another how many days more?
Yeah,
9 more days. We finally
realized it. Yeah.
Yes. Let's
You
do it,
took
man.
away my Zoom meeting virginity.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
anyway, thank you so much for wanting to be part of my YouTube channel. It's been a
Thank you
pleasure.
for the
It's
invitation.
been an honor.
Yes, thank you for the invitation.
But
It's my pleasure.
before we start, I would like to have you talk about yourself because I've been talking about karma, and I think not many people knows about this. But Andrew has been a great friend of mine and has been doing his own business in the pandemic time, yeah. And in karma perspective, it is very good because you're actually there to do something. You're not scared of putting your life into your own hands, which is very good. And also, as soon as you're starting your new business, you try to help 11 people, right?
We had
but
17
actually you help more. And I'm honored to say that I was the first one. So I
Thank you for the
do this YouTube channel. I can have like daily videos, whatever. Mainly because Andrew gave an opinion, not gave opinion lah. We discussed. He apa ya? Inggrisnya sekarang lupa ya. He gave me a lot of insights, what to do things, a new perspective. So here I am. So I can say all of this happened also because of you. So thank you so much, Andrew. I would really highly recommend it if someone who wants to go into the social media things, they go to you because I think you're a fantastic and fabulous consultant.
Let's give it a minute. Yes, thank you. It's an honor. It's an honor to have you. And we just want to share whatever information I know and I've experienced. And we're all learning at the same time. Yeah. And I've learned a lot from you.
The other way around seems.
It works both ways. There's no way if you claim to know everything, then that's the day where you actually stop learning.
That's true. But I think it's better for you to tell everyone here because I think few of my friends who watch this, they don't really know about you. And I think it's best if you just tell them what kind of services. And today is also the mark of your first class, yeah?
Oh yes, I've just completed my first class, day 1. There's 2 more days to go. It's exciting. There's a lot of firsts for me this year. So long story short is I've been working for people for close to about 30 years. And
30 years.
Yeah. So there was a break in between in early 1990, 96, where I actually started a web design company for 6 years. And that was my first introduction to entrepreneurship. It was tough, but it was an experience that I treasure till now. I mean, that was the young days, but those days for 6 years, I can remember I only had 1 meal a day because we were trying to save money and we were working our ass off. It was 7 days work. You sleep about 4 hours. Most of the time you can't sleep because you're worrying about where to get money to pay for staff and all those things. But that was the foundation that actually grew me into understanding what entrepreneurship or actually coming out and doing your own business means. And I took on that kind of then when the partnership so-called ended because we had different directions for the business. Then I've worked with a friend, a close friend, which I met during my web design days, and I worked with him for close to 18 years. But what I did is I took my entrepreneurship knowledge and experiences to working for people, where I actually treat my bosses as my shareholders, and I am basically the business itself. So there's no such thing as there's 9 to 5 and all those things. That you actually take on that attitude of you take on the responsibility to deliver, that guy pay you a salary because he's like a shareholder. He hopes to get return from you, so he's basically investing in you. So you have an obligation to deliver as much value as possible. So if you're doing business, the same thing, where if William, today you put 100,000 or whatever into my business, and I have to deliver for you, it's your money. So the same thing. So that helps me. So that's why the 6 years I felt was useful. And I got into, and November this year, I actually left after 18 years, and I wanted to start something on my own again. And pandemic or not, it's the same. That makes no difference. It's whether you want to do it or not. So I felt I want to do it. It was time. And so there, I'm now running my own. There's no staff. I'm running as a solopreneur. Because it's very important, the first year, you'll be testing and experimenting with a lot of things. So imagine you have like 4 or 5 staff or maybe more. Imagine you have to explain to them, today, even in November until now, I pivoted my business, I pivoted my approach like, 7 or 8 times already. So if you have staff, imagine you tell them and says, today I say as a boss, I want to do this. Then tomorrow you wake up, you say, okay, doesn't make sense. I'm going to change. They start say, what the hell? What I want to do, and you're going to waste time in explaining to them and justifying to them and to make sure that they're comfortable. So I decided, no, I'm going to do solo so that I can change. If I want to change, I change. If I want to do something, I do. And end of the day, failure or success, I'm accountable to myself. Nobody to blame. So my area of expertise now, or I'm focusing, is strictly email writing or email marketing and also copywriting. So the class I started today was on email marketing.
Very interesting.
So
Actually,
yeah. Yes.
The whole story of yours alone can go for one session. Very interesting one.
I don't think our your viewers will be interested to hear my whole story. I think they want to know what's in it for them and what they can learn.
What's in it for them? What can they learn, as well as I can learn? You said pandemic or not is doesn't matter for you, but actually you give some people hopes. Because usually in this pandemic, people think negatively. They think, even to survive is very hard. Yet, you go out from your, comfort zone.
Yep.
Where you can easily get money every month. And now you start your own Preneur.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's very hard. It's very hard.
You put your,
not many people want to do that decision.
Yeah, I think the thing is this. What I fear most, as I'm a human being like everybody else, but what I fear most is not the failure. The moment you do business, there's always a chance of failing. I think there are even stats like 9 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 businesses fail within the first 5 years. What I fear most, to be honest with you, is this. I don't want to one day when I grow old and when I retire or whatever it is, or no longer able to have the kind of energy, and I want to sit down there and ask myself, what if I actually started a business?
Very good one.
What if I've done this? That kind of what if. Unfortunately, by the time you ask the question, what if, you're already very close to entering Mother Earth already, and it's too late, and you're going to end up having that regret. Now, so that was my fear. So what I did is I said, I'm going to give it a try. There is a high chance of me failing, but I want to know at the end of when I finish my journey, I will be able to look at myself and say, I tried it. Either I was successful or I failed, but I tried it. I know, I experienced it, I tasted, and I lived the life. So that's why a lot of people, all my friends were telling you crazy or what, pandemic stuff, you should be holding on to your job and try to write it out. I says, if I want to write it out now, and let's say the pandemic, the vaccine or whatever it is, and I'm going to go back to that comfortable zone. 1 year, after 1 year, and after 1 year, by the time I'm 50 this year. So by the time I hit 55, 56, you want to start again, it's too late. Then you can tell yourself, okay, you're just retired. Just take life as it is. So that's my fear of regretting was the one that actually drove me to say, let's do this.
My God, such an inspirational thing to say, And you're also teaching the mail and also the copywriting, is it?
Email and copywriting will be my focus for now. Yeah. There's no way I can do everything.
Copywriting is actually one of the factors that you need to learn because in the future, everything's going to be online. So social media is going to be very hit. And if you want to be successful or not, one of the factors is if you're able to write a very, very persuading, once you see it, people hook to it, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely right.
So I'm going later to put down your name, your Facebook name and everything, your page and everything. So in case anyone who watches this and wants to learn it, I can give my words. Andrew is one of the best because he is very caring. I don't say it because he's in front of me, he's far away.
Yeah, nothing much I can do about you, man.
But he's very caring. He's very caring. The moment we met each other, I told you already, I think you are a very good leader. You're not going to be a very good boss, but you're a very good leader. Because you lead by examples. You treat your friends nicely. The way you talk to me during our consultant is actually fantastic. And I heard many good reviews about it. So,
wow, that's
truly. Well, no, you need to know that. Absolutely, I recommend if someone wants to learn it from you.
Thank you. My honor.
Same thing, bro. Thank you so much. And I'm in the class 2, yeah. So I'll be learning. Only sorry for this day only. I got
no worries, my friend. No worries. We will have another session next year in January 7th.
Yeah. That'll be good. So January 7th, I think I'm going to help you post it too, yeah. I'm going to ask for the material, whatever. So Preneur will also post it. Hopefully it helps. I don't know. But
it's okay. That gesture of yours is worth gold already. It's okay. Out of 7 billion people, one person offered to help me out. Hey, what else can I ask for?
You help me too, man. So this one. Yeah.
Don't forget, next year we're gonna have our goal setting again. We're gonna keep each other for everyone who's listening. We have this. We did this last year. I think we did this last year. We just wanted to. Sometimes when you set goals or direction, it's good to have somebody to be accountable to. And me and William, we actually have a small little pack and say we be accountable to each other and be honest to each other. And because in life sometimes distraction gets in the way. New stuff. And sometimes you need a good friend to tell, hey, I think you are straying from this, or I think you're not doing this, and to keep you back on track. So I would suggest for 2021, for anything, find a good friend, and to keep each other accountable for what you want to do, and to be honest, to be brutally honest, and do that. I have another friend who we have a lifelong pact. We agreed that if one day any one of us gets successful, and the moment we start to get in Bahasa they case, the moment we start to be sombong and angkuh, we have the right to for each other to go and slap slap us in our face and remind us of our roots. You know?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm giving this to you too, bro. I'm giving this to you. You can do that.
You can do that to me too. You have a permission. Because the idea is this: we want to make a difference to society, to people, you know, to our customers. And sometimes when fame and money and, you know, if you do it right, it will come, and you lose yourself in it. And those things are temporary. Those are just validation of the work you do. But the real thing is still you see. But the moment you get consumed by all these things, and you start believing the stories that, you know, you're so great or you're so powerful or so whatever it is, you then lose your footing, and you lose your path, you lose your direction, you stray away from direction. So you need friends to tell you and say, hey, I think you better keep back on track. So I have two. You is one for my annual ones. I've got another one for my lifetime, and we keep each other you know, in touch most of the time. We meet up as much as we can, and we just look at our attitudes. And the moment we start to change, and we would do that.
You see how big am I smiling? Such an honor, bro. One of the two, I feel very important. Truly.
My pleasure, my friend. My pleasure.
And as we talked this morning, that's why we also want to do this session. We want to tell people what to do in 2021. So the way we also telling it, also because we want people to know what is going to happen for their lives. The challenges, the obstacles they're going to have. Are they going to have a good life, sort of like that? If they're going to have a good life, they might have to work harder to achieve it. If they have obstacles, then they can be prepared. So when the time comes, they know what to do and fix it. So we are going to talk about the rat and the fox for today. And the way we talk about it is we are going to make it sort of like become a storytelling. Because usually when people are talking about the astrology, people only think about that year. So people say like, in 2021, your life is going to be like this. I mean, but you're not going to have like a shitty life the previous year. You woke up and suddenly everything's good, right? It never works like that. It's always a continuous way. So the way we do it is probably telling certain stories, what happened for the rat in 2019 and what is going to happen, and what happened in 2020, then go until 2021.
Yep. I got you.
Yeah.
So you want to start?
You can start.
I'll let you start. You're the host, man.
So I'm going to first dictate for the rat. Usually when people say you have an animal sign, they usually think they only have one animal sign. But actually we have four, because we have one for the hour, one for the day, another for the month, and another for the year. And every sign in its section has different meaning to our life. So we're going to talk about for the year first. For any of you who was born 1924, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 2008, and 2019, you belong to the rat. Actually, it's not 2019, 2020.
No, 2008.
2008 and 2020.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every 12 years.
Every 12 years. So what happened in your life when 2019, you were supposed to have quite a good life because you supposed to be able to help other people. If in 2019 you help a lot of people, I think in karma terms you are putting seed. That's why I can say that if you want to help people, it is actually better to help rather than be helped, right? Because when you able to help, means your level and your status a bit higher. That's why you can help. But most of the people, they always feel and wanted to be the one who get help. So in 2019, if you're able to help other people, you're sort of building a good foundation from 2019.
Yep.
So
I think, like our mutual teacher, Joey Up mentioned
Yeah.
many times, if you come from a position of abundance, that means, irrespective, it's not never about money. Your experiences, or even both the good and bad experiences. If a good experience, you can tell them how to be better, for example. Or if you have bad experiences in life, then you can actually help them in terms of what to avoid. And it could be maybe your connections. It could be maybe just lending an ear to listen to a person. That is where you're coming from, that position of abundance. But when you say, I want to be helped, it's like there's always lacking. Now, the problem is, as you correctly mentioned in terms of karmic, if you keep on coming from a position of, I'm lacking, hence I need help, and I only take rather than I give, it will then perpetuate to the rest of your life. By virtue of helping people and not expecting anything in return, it is basically paying forward. You don't know. In life, is plenty of twists and turns that you correctly mentioned. You don't know when one day the person who help you could actually be helping you back instead. And even if they don't, the thing I learned in terms of learning is, if you learn and you help and you teach people, like what I'm doing now, I actually learn it twice. So you learn on your own and you're teaching, and then you learn it twice and you realize that, okay, this is something that I didn't think about, and you go back and you start learning, then you realize. So there's always a lot of good benefits in terms of helping. And Red in 2019, there's the sun, what you call it, God and Shah, there's a sun element, and that's where you're supposed to be the one that provides support and provides guidance and help to other people.
That's true. So it's sort of like when you help other people, then you're learning from, you're sort of contemplating on your life, eh? You see it from different perspectives, is it?
Correct.
That's a good one. And also, like you said, yeah, if you're thinking on the good side, then this thing what might happen. But if we're thinking on the bad side, then the bad stars of the red will take over control of your life more.
Yep.
So instead of helping other people in 2019, if you actually don't have any opportunities, if you miss out a lot of opportunities, if you think that you have a lot of obstacles and problems, you might have a lot of plans, but you don't do anything. It means your mindset needs to be changed, because your life more to the negative side of the red for 2019.
Yep, the yin and yang of life.
Yin and yang of life. Fortunately, if you know about this, if you how can I say it? If you decide to focus on the good side and become someone else, what do you call it, nobleman, you try to help other people, this negative will not affect you.
Of course.
Right?
Yep.
So people who are having the red in the year, who listen to this, can contemplate on what they their life in 2019. If they have a good life, means they're okay. But if they're having a bad life, means they're not good. 2020, let's see what happened with you. And later when we say to 2021, you better adjust yourself because you will know that everything has the good and the bad side, or as Andrew said, the yang and the yin one.
Yep. So in 2020, what you have? We have the golden lock.
2020, yeah, we have good.
For
golden
red,
lock is very good.
golden lock. Yes. It's a wealth star. And we have what? General star. We have Duke's arrival. Well, general star is about leadership. The question is, are you ready to lead for 2021? And what are you doing to lead?
True.
Duke's arrival, obviously, you'll be a center of. See, the thing is this: Duke's arrival is about being a center of attention, and as in anything in yin and yang of life, you can be a center of attention for good reasons, or you can be a center of attention for bad reasons.
That's true.
So now that you know, we were not going to. I'm honestly, I'm also a student of Chinese metaphysics, and I'm also learning. So I won't claim whatever, I think I know more about EV marketing than China metaphysics. But what I do know is this. What I do is every year I look at the stars that is affecting my animal signs, like William has mentioned, your year, month, day, and hour. Each one has different aspects affect different aspects of your life. And I then plan forward, so if I have a red in my animal sign, I've got golden lock, I've got general star, and then I've got Duke arrival coming in 2021, effective from February. I would now start.
This one is on 2020. This one is.
This is 2020. Yeah, we should. Sorry, you should be looking at 2021. Okay, 2021 we have Grand Duke, intelligence, and nobleman.
Yeah, we're still talking about the 2020 first.
Okay, so when you look at 2020, for example, this is in the past, but you still have another 2 months. You should focus on any one of them. It'd be nice to do all three, but you focus on one. If you, let's say, do leadership, then you ask yourself, within the next 2 months or over the year, have you actually shown any leadership qualities, either to the family, or either in work, or either within your friends or companion, within your networks of friends. If not, then you're not playing to the full advantage of the energy that's provided to you.
That's a good word. Because you see, 2019, if you try to help people out, people might look up to you. So in 2020, you get the general star. People really will put faith to you, ask you to be in charge, to make decisions.
Correct.
And that's why also you will get the Duke's arrival, as you said, get attention.
Yes.
Because the seed you plant in 2019, 2020, you already reap. True?
Correct. Yes.
But if 2019, you didn't do anything and you just talk and didn't do anything, because one of the best times in 2019 was the sky emptiness, which is talking about you just talk about your plan but you didn't do anything. It's like
big plans talk only.
True. Coca-Cola open.
Yes.
Done. So it is actually a very, very interesting approach to see this, because if you plan a seed well, the good things might come not that far. So I think like if you still on the bad side on 2019, you just talk, you didn't do anything, then this year you get frustrated, you get pressure, and like you said, you get attention. We also need to distinguish. Probably people like me, I don't mind getting attention because I'm being an artist, right? I do this, I do that, I do whatever I want. But if someone who is very introverted and got attention, 2020 is going to be very hard for them.
Yes, because they're not prepared.
They're not prepared too.
I used to tell my staff those days, or even some of the friends who listen to me, In career, there's this 80-20 rule, or even business, you know. Now the 80-20 rule works this way. Is 80% preparation and then 20% luck, or 20% opportunity, whatever you call it. You don't like the word luck. How it pans out is this. Let's say now we are doing this, you know, and William is a big tycoon of Indonesia, business tycoon and all those things. Yeah. And let's say I'm doing email marketing and I talk sky happiness, but I don't do, I just talk. And then one day William says, Andrew, I think I like what you do. You know, here's I want you to head my conglomerate in terms of marketing and all those things. That's the 20% opportunity, right? The question is this, 80% I'm not ready. So even if William as the boss is willing to pay me big money, what are the chances you think I can do it? And very likely that I won't take the job. So gone. But if I prepared myself 80% of the time, and now just one opportunity, William comes and says, Andrew, I like you. Here, name me your price, come and join me. That's it. You got an opportunity already, you're prepared. But if you're not 80%, you're not. So same thing as in whatever we prepare now for 2021. Once you look at the stars which William will share, and you're going to ask yourself, are you 80% prepared? If not, then within the next 2 months, or at least have a plan. You don't have to start 2021 and say, okay, I'm ready, you know. But at least now you take the first action to start preparing yourself, and within the next 6 months, 3 months, or 9 months, you are there. Now the next thing is the 20%, because you're riding on the energy that is with you. The 20% comes, you're ready to take it. But if not, then you know you just had a bad year, despite having the good stars and all those things. You will have a bad year, or at least a normal year, and 1 year will have passed, and you're 1 year older.
I like the way he's talking. It's a very good one. But that's true. See, yeah, like what I mentioned, 2020 is supposed to be a shitty year for many people, but you dare to take action. Same thing for the one who has red. If they feel shitty, but we can see they actually have a lot of good stars. If they prepare, like what you said, they will do okay. They might have one of the best year this year, yeah, despite of having pandemic.
Yes.
That's why it's very interesting. I like it. And if still you're on the good side in 2021, for red, it's still going to be a very, very good things, because they have the Preneur combo, which means there are really a lot of changes. And these changes, you need to have clarity what you want to do. And if you can have goals, you can make it more bigger, better in terms of the positive things.
And another thing with Grand Duke combo that you should be aware of is you would have the opportunity to, what you call it? You have the opportunity to know or to get close to people of authority and power.
And that is one of the changes that you mentioned.
Correct.
Like before.
So if you trace back 2021, yes. So if you're not ready, so one day, for example, you have a chance to meet President Jokowi, for example, and he really needs your help, and you're in that position. Especially in 2021, you have red in your animal sign, depending whether it's year, month, or day or hour, and he asks you, are you ready to join me? And are you ready? You have one shot.
True. It won't come again, yeah?
That's it. It won't come again, because
it won't come again.
Powerful people don't wait, you know.
True.
So
and like
2021.
And like you
are
said,
you ready? Yes.
When you are old, I always say a few more minutes before your last breath, you think about it and oh my gosh, you're going to die, full of regrets. So the not good thing in 2021 for the rat is only the health is not going to be good. Seems it's not going to be good. But then I don't think it is a big major. If you just take care of your health, you do exercise, you sleep well, take vitamins, whatever, focus more on the good side. I think you have much things to be good things lah.
Yep. You take note of the negative stuff lah, but don't be driven or don't be hamstrung by the negative stuff. You know that, okay, for example, in 2021 you're supposedly to have what you call it, the sickness star and also the solitude star. And if you look in what you call it, if you look in context of the good stars, you have opportunity to work or to collaborate with people of power and authority. You think those are not pressure kind of work?
That's true.
Right? So obviously your health to a certain extent will be affected, but because that's going to happen, so now you actually start to draw boundaries in your work life or whatever, and says, okay, I need to have X amount of sleep. It's not about work-life balance. To me now, personally, what I'm going through it's about work and sleep balance.
Nice one.
Okay. So on average now since November, I have about 4.5 hours of sleep. So I need to balance that. Yeah.
4 and 5 hours only.
Yep.
My gosh.
So I'm learning, implementing, and I'm working alone, so I have to do everything myself. So back to rats. Then you have the solitude one, which is feeling lonely and all those things. If you're working with people in power and authority, you won't have time for anything else. Would you have time for your family?
True.
You can ask your president or anybody who's when they're serving the country, they rarely have time for family.
You have to choose, yeah?
Yeah. So, no big deal.
True. So good.
Yeah. So should we move on?
I think we should move on, but before we move on, now is the time we actually explain a bit to them. So if they have the rat in the year, it means their environment, their social, their friends is the one who's having the effect of this. So it said if you were born under the year of the rat, means you might have it within your friends. You're gonna meet someone within your friends, but in a month, it's about the work, right?
Yes.
So if it's a month, your work, your job, the way you make money is going to get affected. What kind affected? You are going to have a quite beautiful work, actually. A lot of opportunities in the work. And for the month, it's actually if you are born on December. December is the rat month, is it?
Yes.
I think between 3rd or 4th of December until 3rd or 4th January. And if you were born under the hour of rat, which is if you were born from 11 p.m. until 12:59 a.m., then you have it. This thing, usually something related to your children, to your inspiration, idea. I skip the day one.
Okay.
The day is supposed to be, I think, Andrew's.
Well, day is self and the spouse, or relationship or the family. So, yeah.
But it's kind of hard to tell you. I mean, if you are born under the day of the rat, unless you use an application or you use the calendar, 10,000 years of calendar.
Yeah.
But
Those
here we're
tools
just
are
telling
freely
you the insight.
available. Yeah, those tools are freely
True.
available.
True. So we go and move to the ox.
Yes.
For the ox, the year is if you were born on 1925, 37, 49, 61, 73, 85, 97, and 2009. So you were born under the year of ox, or 3rd or 4th of January until 3rd or 4th of February, means you were born under the month of ox. For the hour, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning until 2:59 a.m. in the morning. Then you have ox in your hour. Ada yang nanya? True?
Yep.
Okay. I started. You want to start?
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. So we start from 2019?
2019.
Well, 2019, you have an advisor, which is basically time to look for teacher. You learn from somebody. Look for, not mentor, but basic advisor would be teacher. In terms of depending on where it falls, if it's year, social circles, your month could be work. In terms of your day, it could be your personal ones, and an hour is investment related ideas, inspirations. So, but Ox only had 1 star, and 2020 has what? Heavenly Gig. There's only 1 star, 2 stars, individual stars.
One star.
One star each only, yeah.
1 star for 2019.
Okay, let's look at 2021 and then we work backwards.
Okay.
So 2021 you have Elegant Seal, which is basically an acknowledgement or what you call that. Somebody will give you recognition for your creative efforts, and creative efforts could be artistic work. Nowadays, I think if you do YouTube and all those things, that's also one form of artistic work on video.
It is.
So then what you have? Then you have Ox. You have Duke Arrival. The other one is Duke Arrival.
Mostly only Elegant Seal. Mostly is Elegant Seal. You have the Duke's Arrival too. You have the Duke's Arrival.
You have the Duke's Arrival.
So you get the attention.
Yeah. Yes. So you get recognition and you get attention. Now then you work backwards in order for you to benefit from first thing first is in terms of Elegant Seal. Do you produce artistic content? Or is there any form of work or pieces of work that be able to get some recognition? Could be systems. I mean, even if you come up with a system or management systems or whatever it is, there's also a creative effort, right? So in your work, whether you're working, let's say you're working for people, if you're a manager, the question is, have you come up with anything that you could inspire your team or even the company? Is there a revamp during pandemic? Is there anything, a new sales system or new sales approach, a new marketing approach or a new customer service approach? Is there anything that you can creatively come up with? If you do, then moving into 2021, and because of Duke Arrival, people will notice your work.
That's true.
Right? So you want to take advantage of it, and that's what you do. I mean, looking at from a layman's point of view, I consider myself a layman. If I look at the interpretation of this, and I will look back and say, this is what I'll do. So the question is, from now on, onwards, which is now is December until February, how much work do I need to do to lay the groundwork to benefit from this? Right? So then you move back in 2020, 2020, I think you have the Sun, you have the Grand Duke combination, and I don't have the details. Okay, these two, the Sun and Grand Duke combination.
Yeah.
So you already have 2020, you already have opportunity to work with people of authority and power, right? Which is a similar as red in 2021. And the Sun, you're helping people, you're basically being the person to offer help to other people, to guide people. Because of that experience, assuming you have done that, right? Let's assume that, okay, you've been like a son, you've been of service to people, and then Grand Duke, you actually go out there. See, the thing is, it's not about things coming to you. It's the opportunity there whether you want to go out and get it. So let's say now you go out and you meet with people or high level people. You have done your work in 2020. Now come 2021, all you need is now to showcase your creative work. Right?
So it is actually still a good thing, yeah?
It's
very good, yeah.
Yeah, so it's building up, it's building up to the point now, and you have elegance here with Duke's arrival. People will notice you already, and people will only notice you when you have helped people in the first place.
Oh, so good.
Right? I mean,
true.
if William has helped 1,000 people, and they actually benefited from him, and when he does something, this 1,000 people will remember him. And these are the 1,000 people that eventually can tell the rest of the world, it says William is good because he has done this for me, and the word spreads. Now you have Duke arrival.
The time to reap what you did, what you have done.
Yep. So those with the ox sign, generally this is the framework for you to thrive in 2021. Now, if you don't and you decide to let fate basically deal the card, then you have Grand Duke, which is basically pressure and frustration, the negative side. You have broken star, which is basically, okay, like things getting broken, your car break down, your aircon break down, the fridge break down, no big deal,
that's no big deal.
Yeah.
Nothing involved with your life.
Minor inconvenience. Your phone not working, your Zoom not working.
True.
Yeah, you have hidden cops, for example. Basically when you travel, you have to be a bit careful health-wise, and all those things. Sword edge, small little injury, cut by a knife, little cuts here and there, yellow flag. I mean, see, the thing with Chinese metaphysics, all these names sounds very scary one, So when you define, I mean, those days, that's what they do, they have to mask this so that it's not so obvious to the common people, and to show that you're actually smarter than the rest. That's what the intellectuals do. So they come with all these scary names, so that you say, oh, it's so good, he's so educated, that kind of nonsense. So yellow flag
and makes you even more powerful, yeah?
Yeah.
Makes you more powerful.
Correct. You complexify things so that you sound and look like very smart.
So you don't do this, you're gonna have a hidden cops.
You say, oh shit, okay, yes boss, yes sir, what can you do? Please tell me, here's my money.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we just so-called demystify based on our layman understanding. The only caveat is this: we could be wrong. So I would suggest you speak to masters like William and other proper Chinese metaphysics. But I think
we're all learning.
Yeah, but I think the understanding won't be that far away. The description it's not detailed, but the idea, the thing is we wanted to do this, and then William invited me on is we just wanted to demystify that life is within your control. All you want to learn from stuff like Chinese metaphysics and other things is what is the game plan up front? What's the game of 2021? What's the theme of 2021? And specifically, how does it affect you? And then so that you can then make the necessary plan to take advantage of this, to understand the rules of the game, the theme for 2021, and you play with it. So now you for the red and rocks, you already know what are the good stars or what are the good energies that will support you. The next thing for you is basically to take the action. So if you don't take action, even I tell you, you're going to have the best year of the century, and you're going to sit down and not do anything. Honestly,
nothing will happen. That's true.
Yeah. Then you say that William or Andrew, you are talking nonsense because it didn't happen to me. Why other people are doing it and successful, and why haven't happened to me? Because you have not done shit.
I like the way you say it. One more. Slap.
No. That one is our master. That one is our teacher's what.
We're
I
still
have to
not up to
credit.
that level
Yeah.
yet. Yeah.
Yes, I have to credit him. I mean, let's be fair. I have to credit. I've learned a lot from him, and I think he has also opened our eyes as students to
True,
look at
true,
things
true.
this way. So yeah.
Learning from him is like taking drugs, addicted.
But
Because
it's yeah.
I don't think he's only teaching you Chinese metaphysics, but the most important thing is how to apply it into life and how you change the way you see your life.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing.
Yep.
Because there are so many Chinese metaphysics teachers out there, but usually they just do it by the book and become like fortune teller, where the next year is going to be bad and nothing you can do. But our master, even if it's bad, he will always tell you back door how to make it better. Okay?
Yeah. The focus.
That's why we have
Yeah.
these opinions. We don't care and we are not afraid.
Yeah. You focus on what is positive and do that, Can't get anything worse than that. So we've covered red and ox. What else do we discuss? How is this about karma? How are we going to fix the karma? You're telling me about needing to clear this for the year before the next year come. Let's share this with them.
So what happened about karma is, like we already know, so the problems will come within certain time period. So like it said in 2021 what's going to happen to you. If you do nothing, the problem will come, obviously. If you do something, the problem will also come. And it also how you see it. If after we prepare everything and we can handle it, by the time the end finish, the problem solved, it's not going to be continued to the next year. Because once you drag it, the problem is actually getting messier and getting, become more and more pile.
Unresolved.
So that's why the karma is supposed to be like once you have something to do, you face it and you fix it before the end of the year.
Yep. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
It is. If you let it go, because usually the problem will solve by itself. We can say within 6 years' time or 5 years' time, when there is class, there may be something happen with the problems. So we sort of have to face it again. And it might be finished by then. It might not be finished. But then, just like you say, if we keep it until another 6 years or 12 years, do we still have the energy to fight it? We might become older and become, more lazier. So it's always wise to fix it today rather than keep it until long time ago. And suddenly, if you're very unlucky, you cannot manage to fix it, it will actually stay in your subconscious memory, and the feelings will be passed down to your descendants.
Oh, okay.
Now that's the shitty things about karma.
Wow. Okay.
Because you will get it. So sometimes if you find someone who cannot fight, like laziness, or they always think like, I don't think I can do it, might be because of the ancestors' karma. It was passed down from the ancestors.
I see. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, what is passed down is actually feelings, because in subconscious mind, only the feelings remain. That's why fear, even in Chinese metaphysics, right? Fear is number one enemy. Fear is the feeling.
I see.
So if you never can pass through it, you will get fear, and that fear come. You might see a family, whose the children or the grandkids, whatever, very hard to get spouse. They have fear of intimacy. Have you noticed that? That one is the easiest one. If they have a lot of siblings, between those siblings, only one or two people who get married. You see the parents mostly like that. You go more up if they can still tell you. It happens like that.
Oh, unfinished business, unfinished course.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfinished business. If you don't finish it within your life, it's going to affect your descendant.
Wow.
So that's not good.
Looks like a lot of things I need to finish, right? A lot of house cleaning needs to be done.
Well, one thing, I don't actually really believe in self-healing. What I believe is actually by understanding like this astrology, you prepare yourself, you learn things, you learn new skills. So when you are facing with a new problems, you are better equipped. You can tackle them. Some of other things which already inherited, it is actually wise and best to get a session of therapy because you can finish it fast. Basically, there are certain methods and tools which you can actually use to clean up all the karmic things. So the karmic sort of like has 4 types. One is the karmic in this life. The second one is the karmic from your ancestors. The karmic from ancestors is divided into 2: your parents and the real ancestors. The third one I actually haven't actually told in my in my life sessions, and the fourth one also I haven't mentioned. Okay. But karmic is very complicated. It's like a web.
Wow.
Spider
so
web.
how do they basically you can help them, right?
Yeah, basically I can help them. I mean, I've been doing that for more than 15 years.
Yep.
But before this year, I only do it if you have close relationship with me.
Right.
If you ask for my help.
Yeah.
If I have the mood. But this year, I turn it into a professional. So money becomes the good source of driving power. Whether you are having the mood or not. Once people paying you, then you do your best to help fix the problem.
I don't think that's the case. I used to tell, I was telling a friend of mine, when we do free stuff, it's not like, when we do free stuff, it's actually an excuse to, one, either to escape from delivering. Number 2, is whether we are not, what you call that, we are not confident of ourselves. And I fall into that trap, so that if let's say, I offer you a free service to William, and I say it's free, and if I underperform, or if I if I simply do it, I say, hey, William, free, what you expect? There's an escape clause, right? The second thing is, if I don't do a good job, or I'm not skilled enough to deliver, then I say, what would you expect? You get it's a free stuff. You get this lah. You pay me, then I pay you more lah. So those who have ability, or those who have the guts to actually charge, one is they really have to deliver, right? Whether you pay $1 or 1,000 or 100 or whatever it is. And second thing is also in recognition of their skills. So I think by you going into charging, it's not about the money, but it is basically saying that I can really help people, and it is a compensation or exchange for my time.
It is.
Yep.
Because if you're doing with this karmic thing, it's about spirituality. So there's actually sort of like energy transfer. You have to exchange the energy. And the time to learn it. And I haven't never actually said this. So I have the capabilities to talk to your ancestors, and it's very hard and takes time and a lot of energy.
So any one of you who wants to basically clear your karmic before 2021 starts, you know who to talk to. The guy with the
Well,
Jupiter and Saturn behind. Not me, definitely
No.
not me.
now you're marketing me. Anyway, because today is the Great Conjunction,
Yes.
and it is from yesterday, it is actually a good time to reflect on yourself. And these 2 days can be sort of like the theme for the next 20 years. So this afternoon, I actually decided to all of my friends in Facebook, in media social, whatever, if they don't have money, really don't have money, financially don't have money, but they're in need of therapy, probably motivational things, they're allowed to go to me. I'm gonna help them, no money.
Wow.
Because that's what I did. That's what I did. So a few months ago, when I first started professionally, for a few months, all of the incomes that I got, I gave it all away. I gave it all away. Now because I'm thinking, because the economic is not that good and many people got depressed, whatever, I do that. But if they have money, they have to pay me. Through compensate.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's not good.
Yes. Now it's not. It is recognition of your skills. Yeah. I mean, whatever you can take the money and donate to charity or help other people, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
It's actually a calling too. It's very hard. Spiritual things, sometimes you can choose to believe it, you can choose to.
Yeah.
But anyway, our program is actually only talking about helping people to make sure that they're prepared and know what's going to happen in 2021.
Yep.
So
I look forward to your shows for the next 10 more animal science. This could be awesome.
10 more animal science, yeah?
Yes.
And I'm also going to do a part about feng shui in 2021.
Wow, okay. I will definitely tune in.
And
I want to know this.
One more thing. For the feng shui, I got a friend in Singapore who is actually a feng shui master, a teacher. He's the one who's going to be the guest star for it.
Wow,
Good,
awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
Good. So I'm blessed with all of my friends. So thank you so much for your time, Andrew. It's been a good time. I'm very happy.
Thank you for inviting me on the show, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I'm so honored.
So I guess